The secret of happiness is not what most people think. A young boy once walked 40 days through a desert to find it. This is his story. Have you ever worked all day but felt nothing at the end? Have you ever looked around and wondered what everyone else is feeling that you are not? By the end of this story, the way you see your daily work and your daily life will never feel quite the same. Most of us have felt this, busy every day, but empty somehow. There is a story about a boy, a wise man, and a small teaspoon with 2 drops of oil. It holds one truth that changes everything. Santiago was 14 years old. He lived in a small town at the edge of a desert where trade caravans passed through every few days, and the wind always carried sand. His father ran a small shop selling leather goods and dried spice. Every morning, Santiago opened the shutters before the sun came up. Every evening, he counted the day's coins and wrote the numbers in a ledger. His boots were always dusty. His leather bag was worn soft at the strap from years of carrying. He watched the merchants in the square laugh and talk with each other. He stood at the edge of it. He did his work. He went home. At night he lay on his mat and stared at the ceiling. Something was missing. He did not know what it was. He just knew that working and sleeping and waking up again did not feel like enough. One evening his father sat beside the oil lamp and spoke to him. He said there was a wise man who lived far away, in a great castle on top of a mountain. People said this man knew the secret of happiness. If Santiago wanted to find it, he would have to go himself. No one could bring it to him. Santiago picked up his leather bag the next morning and left. He walked for 40 days. The desert was wide and hot. He slept under open sky. He drank from wells at the edge of small villages. He asked strangers for directions, and they pointed always toward the mountains. After 40 days, he reached it. A great castle, high on a mountain, wide and solid, with windows that caught the late afternoon light. Inside, it was full of people. Traders moved through the halls. Someone was playing music in a back room. The smell of roasting meat floated through every corridor. The wise man sat at the center of it all. Old, quiet, with steady eyes. Santiago waited 2 hours before the man looked at him. He told the wise man why he had come. The wise man listened. Then he said he did not have time just then. He told Santiago to explore the castle and come back in 2 hours. Before he left, the wise man picked up a small teaspoon and placed 2 drops of oil in it. He handed it to Santiago. He said, "Walk through my home, but do not let the oil spill." Santiago held the spoon in front of him with both hands and walked. He went up staircases and down again. He passed through long corridors. He walked through a courtyard. He moved through room after room. His eyes never left the spoon. 2 hours passed. He came back. The wise man asked, "Did you see the tapestries on my walls? Did you see the garden? Did you see the view from the high window?" Santiago looked up. He had seen none of it. He had only watched the spoon. The wise man looked at the spoon. The 2 drops of oil were still there, safe and still. He told Santiago to go again. "Look at everything this time." Santiago went back. This time he looked. He saw silk tapestries covering the walls, birds and rivers stitched in color. He saw the garden at the back of the castle, where someone had spent 10 years shaping trees into arches. He saw the mountains from the high window, turning blue at the far edges. He saw children learning to read in a quiet room. He came back full of everything he had seen, and told the wise man all of it. The wise man waited for him to finish. Then he asked quietly, "And the spoon?" Santiago looked down. The spoon was empty. The oil was gone. He stood still for a long moment. The wise man leaned forward and spoke. "The secret of happiness," he said, "is to see all the beauty of the world and never forget the drops of oil on your spoon." Santiago walked home. 40 days again. But this time, he noticed the desert changing color as the sun went down. He stopped at oases and looked at the water before he drank. He watched the dunes shift in the early morning wind. He felt the cold of the night air on his face. The empty spoon stayed in his leather bag the whole way. When he reached home, his father was at the shop. Santiago sat beside him and picked up the ledger and began to help. His father looked at his son's face for a moment. He did not ask anything. He looked away and kept working. Some things do not need words. The secret of happiness is not a feeling that arrives one day and stays. It is something you practice every day. See the world around you. Do your work in front of you. Hold both at the same time. Let neither one fall. Most people think happiness is a feeling. They wait for it to arrive one day. They think it will come when the work is done, when life gets easier, when something finally goes right. But it never comes that way. Happiness is not something that happens to you. It is something you choose to practice every single day.